This is Dr. Cecilia de Martino at Willow Wellness Clinic in Waterloo, and this is my video on digestion part 2. What I wanted to mention as well is the fact that leaky gut, what is that? So leaky gut is when we eat foods that cause inflammation, or if we just inherently have a lot of inflammation in our digestive system. What happens is that the cells that line our gut start separating, and we start absorbing foods that are complete protein instead of their broken down amino acid components like we're supposed to. And it goes into the bloodstream and the body doesn't recognize it. And so the immune system, which lines our gut, is there and starts attacking these proteins. And what happens is inflammation starts to incur, and the immune system can sometimes get confused and think that this is a foreign particle, and then it looks similar to something of our own tissue, for example, our thyroid, or connective tissue, or other parts of the body that look similar to some of these foreign proteins. And so the body starts attacking that, and we start creating autoimmune diseases and disorders. And so with the digestion, we really want to also look at, well, what's causing this irritation or inflammation? For perhaps there's a food sensitivity going on. And so a food sensitivity is different from a food allergy. So if you have an allergy, let's say to peanuts or shellfish, you'll know right away, because you will get an inflammation, your throat will close up, perhaps your tongue will swell, and these are all signs of an allergy. So these are things that promote IgE reaction, which is an antibody that gets produced against allergies. But a sensitivity is something a little bit more subtle. So maybe we are getting the digestive disturbances, or maybe not. Maybe we're getting joint pain. Maybe we're just feeling really tired and foggy. Maybe we're getting headaches. These are all signs that a food sensitivity may be contributing to this. So this is sometimes a food that we eat frequently, often, that we've had for a long time, and it's causing an irritation because we've been eating it so much. The top foods that people get sensitive to are things like dairy or gluten, or eggs, for example. I mean, there are many other foods, but those are probably the top ones that a sensitivity can occur, and a leaky gut can happen. And so when we have these or suspicion of a food sensitivity, there are different ways to find out what it is that we're sensitive to. One can do something called an elimination diet, where for at least a month, ideally even 3 months, you are avoiding certain foods. So you're avoiding gluten, you're avoiding dairy, you're avoiding eggs, for example, or other foods that we're suspecting may be a culprit. And we then, after we have eliminated these foods for a minimum of a month, ideally, like I said, 3 months, then we reintroduce these foods one at a time with a couple of days in between, just to see, well, how does it feel now that I'm having dairy again? Is it making me feel tired? Do I have digestive issues? Am I starting to become constipated again? And the same goes with the other foods. And so this is a trial and error, and it is quite a good test, because you really get to know your body and really listen to your body. The other test, the other way to see about food sensitivities is doing a blood test, which looks at the IgG antibody, which is one of the antibodies that we make to a certain number of foods. And it's usually a finger prick test, and then we send it off to the lab, and then we get the results back, and it gives you a list of foods to avoid. And that can be quite helpful as well to figure out what's what. So that's food sensitivities and gut health. And then the last bit of digestive imbalance that I want to mention is stress. So if we have a lot of stress, that's going to shut down our digestive system, and we're not going to break down our food properly, and it's going to maybe sit there, and we're going to have bloating or digestive issues. And so if we balance out our adrenal system or our stress system and our nervous system, then we can also optimize digestive health, which means optimizing how much stomach acid we make, which helps break down food, how much enzymes we make to break down food, and also the good bacteria. So all of this, as you can see, another big topic, looking at how to balance out your digestive system, looking at different angles and different components. So it's not just take a probiotic and you're fine. There's a lot more to the story than that. So again, if you have any more questions, visit my website, willowwellnessclinic.com. Thanks.